Today, I'm welcoming James and Vicky to our architect's studio, where they'll experience both competing designs in virtual reality. This is the couple who struggle to agree what to have for dinner, let alone how to redesign their entire house. James, Vicky, welcome to our architect's studio. How are we feeling today?
Pretty good. Excited.
Cool. You two famously can't agree on anything.
No.
So, who likes what?
I like industrial, rough and ready.
I like light and airy, as much light as possible, lots of glass.
And so, there's no way they can join up?
We haven't found a way.
OK.
It must be possible.
There's a lie. There's a lie, and we just haven't found that line.
OK. Number one priority for you?
Large open spaces.
Large open spaces.
I just want a big kitchen.
Kitchen is your happy place.
Absolutely.
You into the kitchen?
No, I don't cook. I'll eat it, but I'm not making it myself.
This is going to be wonderful.
Excellent.
Catering manager James and civil servant Vicky live in Faversham, Kent, with 7-year-old daughter Lottie and 5-year-old son Freddie. They bought their 1970s 4-bedroom detached property 5 years ago.
When we were looking for a new house to move into with the kids, I really wanted a nice period property.
But every single one of them, we was compromising how we would live in exchange for a pretty bit around the top of the ceiling or a nice bit of cornicing or a nice fireplace. And then we saw this one and it was big and open. It wasn't really until we moved in that you then find out the kind of compromises with this house that we weren't aware of.
The front door and lobby dogleg into a large space they use as a hallway, all on the south side of the house. The kitchen opens off that hallway. Beyond the hall and past the staircase is a combined dining room and living room, which face north. The dining area links to a single-storey extension, making the combined living space a huge L shape. There's also a garage at the side of the house. What looked ideal to James and Vicky on first sight has turned out to be anything but. There are some clear problems with the house. The first is the kitchen, which is way too small for James's culinary ambitions.
James's attitude to food, it's not just a hobby, it's a complete obsession. The house is full of hundreds of cookbooks.
James's books and even a massive fridge freezer have invaded the hallway, making for a pretty bizarre entrance to the house.
I love my cookbooks, and there's so many more I'd love to buy them.
We don't have any room for more unless we get an extension to the house.
Can we have an extension to the house, please?
The second big issue is the ground floor layout. The staircase dominates the middle of the house, which means the kitchen and living rooms are totally divided.
The problems we've got with this house at the moment, it means that we live quite separately. If James is in the kitchen, then I'll play with the kids, but we don't really spend time, all 4 of us, doing something.
I feel the separation of me in the kitchen and the kids being elsewhere, it just makes me feel guilty. It's lovely having that space on my own, but I know that, the kids deserve better than that.
The third issue with the house is the living room.
It's just dark and dreary. To me, it's quite enclosed.
Although it's a good-sized space, it doesn't feel it because the tacked-on extension blocks all of the light. James and Vicky know the problems that need tackling. They've even remortgaged to fund the work. They just can't agree on what to do.
My priority is about the space around the cooking, around my cookbooks.
What I want is a space where we can all sit together and all get on doing different things. I would paint absolutely everything white and simple.
I want rich colours, I want reclaimed wood, metal.
The fact that we disagree on everything has just halted us. It just meant we haven't got anywhere. Instead of regressing, we just spend the entire time arguing about what we should be doing.
Wow. So the typical opposites attract couple. OK, so how are we going to fix this?
I think we need some expert help.
Yeah.
We've tried to do it ourselves and got absolutely nowhere.
So the 2 designs, you'll be standing in virtual reality, able to experience it, feel it, like it would actually be in your own home.
It sounds brilliant because I really struggle seeing plans on a paper. I just can't visualise what it's going to look like.
What's your budget?
100,000.
100,000, so a lot of money.
Yeah. I want us to get the right design before we go on ahead and spend lots of money.
We could have waited years for the right design.
We have
You
waited
already
years. We've tried to come to agreements and we've spent 5 years of absolute stalemate.
I think we need a psychiatrist's couch.
Yeah,
Not an
actually.
architect.
Brown leather, maybe some brass fitting. Sounds good to me.
Fortunately, we have two rival architects, each gearing up to create an amazing design solution. The only thing is, they might need mediation skills too for this job. Robert Jameson is an experimental architect based in Northern Ireland. He spent time living on the Indian subcontinent, learning how indigenous cultures live, miles away from our European influences.
I go to a property, I need to understand that building. The location, the orientation, how the sun path moves across the building, because they all require very unique responses.
Having received initial details of James and Vicky's project, he's already thinking through the possibilities.
This house, I understand, is 1970s. It's been designed in a certain way that did not consider the orientation of the sun. So that's the biggest challenge, to transform an existing building to get light in.
While Robert's all about the big picture, Laura Clark's middle name is Jane, but it should really be practical. Not content with training as an architect, she learned the trades hands-on working on building sites.
You get a real sense of how hard building work is and getting a real sense of respect for builders. And, you know, it's a collaborative thing. I think, you know, you work with builders, you work with your clients. It's not just, you know, I know best because I can draw straight lines.
Laura's practicality is not just hands-on. At the heart of her designs is the desire to create better homes by focusing on how clients will actually use them in everyday life.
In my experience, it's amazing how badly laid out houses can really strain relationships. Here we've got James and Vicky, and I hear they're totally in opposition with what they want. So it's my job as an architect to bring that together through architecture to make their lives better. I love that puzzle, and I'm totally up for this challenge.
Laura and Robert have come to Faversham to get to grips with the site and begin to understand the brief. The house certainly has features appealing to most: bags of space, a huge garden and a driveway.
God, there's lots of light. It's so warm as well.
But the flaws are immediately obvious to Laura.
So the stair cuts through all of the living spaces on the ground floor, so it doesn't create really nice living areas. So I think the key is to change this access and maybe look for kind of entrance that goes straight through rather than this kind of higgledy-piggledy route.
Robert's concerns about the orientation of the house are proving to be spot on.
What's interesting is that the front of the house is the south face of the house, okay? This side of the house gets the light all day, yet it falls on what is the entrance lobby, a toilet and a thoroughfare, and they're not destination spaces. We're not enjoying that light.
The house has been squeezed in between two older houses. Robert has identified no windows at all on the west side and only small ones on the east side where the kitchen is.
There's a problem with the kitchen. It's this area that needs to be focused upon. What's also interesting is the orientation and the glass blocks. So there is light coming in here, albeit borrowed light from the glazed front door. You know, it's comfortable to kind of be in, but not to work in.
At the back of the house where the extension is, the space suffers from a poor layout.
You've got no view, really, because if you're kind of sitting here, all you can see is wall and the garage and the fence. It just seems bizarre, really. This wall is just enormous.
A big chunk of what was the rear wall has been left for structural support and is now blocking all the light.
See, there is no direct light. Coming in here, you will never have direct light. And the north edge of the house is always the coldest and darkest. Today it's a bright day, but typically it would be cold and dark. And this is classic because what happens really is whenever we create a room that is an adjunct to the existing property, the space that we extend from becomes a thoroughfare too.
Laura and Robert clearly have their work cut out for them. But the toughest challenge has to be designing a solution both James and Vicky like. To do it, our architects have the opportunity to dig deeper into the family's dynamics.
So what is it that you guys really, really want and really need?
Bright, light, lots of storage stuff for things to be put away so it's not all cluttery everywhere.
If you took that and switched it completely around, I like dark and rich and tactile. I just want a nice big block of wood that's where I cook.
So Vicky, what do you want?
Very good question. I love my music, but all my stuff is relegated upstairs. We don't even have my record player out because all the space is taken up by the kids' stuff and James's stuff.
At some point, there has to be a compromise, but at what point do you start to accept each other's ideas?
I don't think we've got the skill to be able to do it in a sensible way.
If the kitchen's the right shape and the right size and the right space, paint it pink. But a white, off-the-shelf kitchen with lots of units bore me to tears.
So it seems to me that the house is completely divided, your taste completely divided, everything is divided, apart from the fact it doesn't work.
Yeah, spot on.
He lives for cooking. She just wants a clean, wonderful space with no kitchen, if possible. And trying to find the kind of common ground to please them both when they're so diametrically opposed, it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Building stock becomes outdated, you know, for how culturally we kind of evolve and how we want to live. These guys are appropriating these rooms and trying to work their lives into these spaces, and it doesn't work because the kitchen is too small. The kitchen was always the heart of the home, and to kind of bring that back in this property, I think that is the key. But how we do that in this property, I have no idea.
Once Laura and Robert have each come up with their new design for James and Vicky's house, they'll reveal the plans to the couple. Not on paper, but in virtual reality.
It all starts with these goggles. Wearing them transports people to a virtual world where they can experience our incredible graphics for real. Using these, we can show and do anything. We can take away walls, change colour schemes, even control the sun. Then, using a bit of telemagic and this green screen, we can transport people into the designs.
Where we can all see our architects' ideas in extraordinary detail. Since visiting the house, Robert and Laura have spent weeks on their schemes, each addressing issues throughout the home, working to the £100,000 budget. They're now ready to reveal their vision for the key family spaces. But can these ideas possibly unite such a divided pair?
James and Vicky want completely different things. So what do? Do you kind of try to give them both a bit, or do you side with one over the other? How does that work?
I don't think I've ever met two people more diametrically opposed than you two. And as the chats went on, it was just got more and more foggy and unclear. I had no idea.
So we don't have a design from Laura today. So Robert, for you, is it a similar quandary where you just think, oh I'm a bit stumped?
It just becomes more issues to tackle because it's not about giving one person what they want, it's about giving both what they need. So how do you create that space that is light and dark and kitchen, no kitchen? It's just a challenge and you just have to work through the process of trying to unearth the solution.
I mean, we're joking about how opposed you are, but is there a chance that the fact that you're unhappy with the configuration of the house and living in it, that's actually kind of drawn you further apart?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really kind of a good point because different times of the year, when the garden opens up and Vicky goes off into the garden and then I'm at the other end of the house in the kitchen, we don't get a lot of time together, so it's really important to get that right.
So it's not necessarily about you winning by getting your big kitchen, it's actually you want the same things.
It'd be nice to have a house that we can both live in.
Yeah, happily.
Together.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's easy. I could probably do this one. Robert, do you want to go?
Let's do it.
While James and Vicky experience Robert's design for the first time, Laura will be watching in with me to find out what her rival has come up with.
Is it kind of scary putting a plan in front of two people who want very different things?
It is, and I think James is obviously the driving factor in the house. And for me, it was about bringing Vicky back into the house, you know, because you've got to have your own space. You know, maybe not like a closed-off room, but you've got to have something that you feel ownership of.
Well, your stamp, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Happy?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is Robert's virtual pitch for James and Vicky's project.
Shall we have a look?
Yeah, brilliant.
Cool.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Wow.
That's our house.
Looks amazing.
The room we're in would have been designed initially as a dining space of the kitchen, but it's like a dumping ground for furniture.
It's just evolved into a room where everything that doesn't fit anywhere else all gets put in here.
I think you've got a good size house, so let's have a look at that size. Let's take all these walls away. Let's have a look.
Okay, that's weird. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
What a space. That's brilliant. Love it.
Big white box. Let's leave it like this.
But look at the space you have. Very generous ground floor.
Endless walls and barriers have been blocking the flow of light, especially from the south. But for Robert, the biggest problem here is the lack of light from the west.
James and Vicky, we have windows to 3 sides. Let's put a window in the 4th side and then look at how the light passes around your property.
Wow.
And that understanding of the path of the sun around your house is key.
To me, I wouldn't have seen the point in putting a window right next to another building, but actually it makes a massive difference.
I mean, you can see the light that comes in there across the floor.
Yeah.
Being able to show a client this, is that a good thing or is it kind of creating expectations that are sometimes difficult to deliver on?
It's invaluable. I spend my life kind of doing little kind of rubbish hand sketches going, you know, kind of this and this, you know, and just getting that in, you know, split second. You've got the whole day, how the light travels through the house. I mean, it's...
And it is, that's what people chase. You walk in, you're like, oh, that feeling that you get from a light or a room flooded in light.
The time has come for Robert to reveal his design.
James, Vicky, are you ready?
Yep.
Think so.
Let's have a look. This is the transformation that I propose.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that.
Robert has transformed a home full of awkward spaces into a stunning open plan one. He'll be exploring his design with James and Vicky from the new kitchen island looking towards the garden at the rear. A kitchen and dining area now sits in the heart of the house in a huge open plan space. The old front door is now a big window, allowing fabulous south light to flood into the kitchen and dining areas. The convoluted lobby and hallway of old are gone, and the staircase has been flipped. The new front door is now on the side of the house.
So, James, I recall in our chat at your house, all you wanted was this long island, 3 meters by 1.5 meters. You said you'd be happy. And I thought, well, let James have that, and there you go. This is a kitchen.
I'll probably take up a little bit more space when I can find it, when Vicky's not looking. We wouldn't have been talking if there wasn't an island, so yeah, love the island. It's perfect, and yeah, love it.
How's Vicky feeling?
She's like, okay, this is the kitchen. Where's me? Where's me? And I would be as well.
Yeah.
Also, it's got the stools, friends and family can sit around and watch you do your thing and watch you cook these amazing meals.
So I'm imagining kind of homework everywhere and...
They can chat while he's cooking.
They can chat while he's cooking.
Oh, sorry, you were not saying that as a positive thing, were you?
No.
As in there'd be crap everywhere?
I think there'd be crap everywhere.
Oh.
And Vicky, you asked for white.
Yep.
And here you are. This is a white room.
It is brilliant, lovely and bright.
Also, you can see if you look down that we are one step up from the floor. We are elevated.
I absolutely love it when there's split levels in houses. I think it's amazing.
Removing the old walls has allowed Robert to create different zones for different functions. The previously awkward route around the house has become a circular flow around the central staircase. But the key to Robert's scheme is that new window on the west wall. To create the void, space has been taken from a storage area on the first floor. West light now floods the kitchen from midday to sunset.
Okay, so here we are. You've got your huge dining table, but when you look towards the back here, this wall will reveal a space that can be described as a utility room, an entrance hall. There's also a toilet there. There's also access through into a room beyond.
Stunning.
The door within the utility area also gives access to the new front door.
So the front door appears as if by magic.
I like that.
You can see this here, full-length storage wall, and that continues through to the utility. So this is like for all your storage, for all your needs. Right beside the table, so you can pull things out on the table. It's all there. Storage, very important.
Absolutely.
Robert has also remodeled the extension at the north of the house, with Vicky very much in mind.
Okay, so here we are in what I like to call the withdrawing room. This is the dark space, a very comforting space. You've got your fireplace, you've got your records, you've got all your wall of books.
Yeah, love it.
And then you get the light.
Brilliant. And so from here you get a real sense of that window and the shapes around it.
And that's such an important device. It gets that light in from the west throughout the afternoon and evening.
Brilliant.
I love just the idea of being able to cook and do all the entertaining and then just down here, kick shoes off and just somewhere to, yeah, love it.
It's a place to withdraw to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My absolute favourite thing is the curvy window. It really reminds me of the curves on the Gaudi buildings in Barcelona.
That organic form,
Yeah.
very soft, and that light is just a shadow, it's a very soft
Brilliant.
shadow.
Yeah.
Gaudi reference, Vicky, get in.
Oh,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Right, I'm going to see what they really thought. Well, you both got what you wanted. A big white box with a giant kitchen in it.
Brilliant.
It had stuff that we talked about and stuff I didn't even mention. So split level, I love split level. I didn't even bother mentioning it because I thought it's not possible.
You got your giant kitchen.
Love it.
Yeah.
Storage allows it to be clean and it
Yeah.
allows worktops to be clear.
Endless space for your books,
Yeah.
After that.
for all of the utensils,
For my records.
for your records. There's a whole little area. That must feel nice, right? Because it's kind of sense that you have been slightly
Yeah.
edged out.
Seems amazing. Having them there, can listen to them whenever I want to.
This sounds like it might just work. Can you happily see yourselves both living in this house?
I can, definitely.
Who couldn't? It's amazing. Who could not see themselves in that space?
This is the first time you've agreed on anything.
Yeah. Ever.
Win for Robert.
Robert's design not only works well for James and Vicky, it's packed full of inspirational ideas for our homes too. The most successful houses are designed with orientation in mind. When they're not, they can feel a bit back to front. If your least useful rooms are taking up the best spots in your home at the expense of the main living spaces, Robert's solution to reorientate the layout by moving the front door could be the quick fix you're after.
So moving a front door, is that expensive? Is it just literally plaster over where it already was, move it around the side, and you're done?
Absolutely. In fact, you know, you could actually choose an existing window and say, well, actually, we'll put the front door there, we'll swap those two. Because you still have the structure overhead. You just have to kind of remove the wall below the window and then place your door. You could do it for £500 and you could change it again if you wanted to. Totally transforms your home.
According to Robert, open plan living doesn't have to mean one vast open space. You could use half walls, furniture, or simply different textures to define a more private area flowing off the main space. These cosy rooms are also great for displaying and storing objects that you don't want cluttering the main open plan areas. Like James and Vicky, many of us would love to bring more daylight into our homes, but don't know where to start. One great way is to channel light from above, so I've asked Robert to explain how.
Now, talk to me about the window. You actually cut a little hole. Is there a fancy name? I want there to be a fancy name.
A light well, a light scoop.
Well, that'll do.
Because essentially it's not a roof light because it's on the wall, but it bridges ground and first floor, so it's about the view up.
How much does it take out of the upstairs, Robert?
It actually takes out about a metre high and about 1.5 meters into
So like
the
you've
room.
bitten into the upstairs.
But the thing about it is, it gives you so much more to get that light coming in from the west. You spend all day away from your home, you come home, you want that late afternoon light, that's west light.
Oh, because everyone talks about south light as the thing.
They do. West light's the most important light.
Why?
It's this fabulous light. The sunset has a red light, it's a warmer light. In the morning, it's a cool blue light, so it's very different.
On average, Brits splash out between 10 to 25 grand on a kitchen. A 1.7 metre high light well, like James and Vicky's, could cost around £3,000. If you aren't able to let more daylight into your home, why not try tailoring your decor to brighten up the interior instead?
Vicky, I think like a lot of people, was hell-bent on a white kitchen. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, white is just the starting point. There's lots you can do with white. Diffused light, reflected colour, diffused colour, all within a white space.
So it's the canvas, really?
It's the canvas. White can be used as a background, okay, that other colours can be reflected onto.
Okay.
So, for example, in this light scoop, if we were to give that a colour, then the light coming in would then reflect that colour onto the white.
Kind of like a gel on a disco light.
Kind of like a gel on a disco light, right?
If you don't have a light well, painting a window reveal or a windowsill with a pop of colour can achieve this same stunning effect.
You want to make the light well a thing, don't you?
I mean, I think it's something really worth considering. That idea of high-level light, particularly when there's a wall that has no light, open it up, get the light in.
Scoop that light.
Yeah, scoop the light.
Next up, Laura's design. To win the commission, she's got to go one better than Robert. The challenge is the same. Unite James and Vicky. Both designs will feature changes throughout the home, but our focus is the main event, a showstopper kitchen plus a space for the family to come together. Rival architect Robert and I are all set to see how Laura's vision compares.
Okay, so should we have a look inside your house?
Yeah, brilliant.
Before Laura reveals her design, she wants to talk them through the key issues she's identified.
So this is your living room, and the garden is behind this massive, big wall.
Yeah.
So I suppose what would be kind of interesting, if we squared this room off, what effect that would give us in terms of the light and in terms of the space that we'd get.
That is vast.
But it's pretty dark.
They extend back, there's still darkness.
Yeah.
But people think automatically, oh, we'll just extend them, we need more space, but what value is that space? What are you doing with that space, you know? So these are all kind of questions that need to be asked before you just extend out.
So, but you're able to illustrate that's not going to fix.
Well, that's the beauty of this technology. You can actually get inside the space and, you know, have a look at these changes.
We're north facing, so the light is very, very flat. How can we change that? What would be the best thing to do?
Get more light in it.
Definitely. So let's open the ceiling up and see how that affects this space.
Okay.
Wow. Right, let's just leave it like this.
Yeah, that is great for about 3 days a year when it's not raining, but it's amazing.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, you'd have glass on it, James. We're not just going to open you to the elements.
This side of the house is north facing. Northlight doesn't typically give homes direct sun. It gives a flat, clear light, which is great for kitchen areas. Opening up the ceiling shows how capturing Northlight from above is really powerful.
So the principles that I'm working with is light, a sense of arrival, and making it work as a family home, but giving you the space and the flexibility that you need. Do you want to see it?
Yes, please.
OK, let's go. Ooh, utilising the garage space there.
Oh, the garage. Extending.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Genuinely.
Really?
Love it. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely amazing.
Completely transformed it.
Laura has transformed the gloomy, cavernous rooms at the back into a vast open-plan space flooded with overhead light. Her plan extends into the garage, converting it into a playroom. The old lounge room becomes an open-plan kitchen and living area, with bifold doors into the garden. A clever staircase adjustment gives a direct connection to the front door, plus access to a pantry behind it. The original hall has made way for a snug.
So look, turn around, you can see the front door.
Oh, goodness.
Wow, you can see straight through. So is that all hallway?
This is all hallway.
I love a good hallway.
Love a good haul, said no one ever. Love a good haul, I do.
Just love the fact you can see from front to back, and just that light travelling down there, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. And the kitchen island is big.
The kitchen island's brilliant, but look at the little seating area. That looks fantastic.
And I remember you saying, I really love music, and I've got all these vinyls in the attic.
Don't have my record player out, nothing is out.
So this little reading nook, kids' books can be in there, your books can be there, and
Brilliant.
all your records on the show.
Like a little alcove that is not just about James.
Totally. It's about family space coming together, but having these little kind of spaces of separation.
So this is great, because although it's really, really close to the kitchen, it's just tucked away enough so you can communicate, all be in the same space, but doing completely different things. Brilliant.
Is that an outdoor kitchen?
It is.
Amazing.
You really love this idea of butcher's block, of concrete. So, and I think those materials go really well together. So you've got this big, long worktop that extends out into the garden as well.
So instead of like an infinity pool, I've got an infinity kitchen. It just goes
Absolutely.
on. Love it.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Oh, do you like it?
I do, yes.
I wanted your stamp of approval. That was the kind of the driving goal. I'm making that all work round this kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased you like it.
Laura has given Vicky space for her vinyl, and James has got his ginormous kitchen. But by extending into the garage, Laura's ensuring the kids also get their share of the new combined family space.
So this is a playroom space. What I wanted to do was use this garage space and link it together, extending it a little bit just to make that work really nicely.
She's done a good job.
Extended. That's too easy.
Is it extending cheating?
It's not cheating, but what I like about this as well, which is...
No, go back. You said it's easy.
It's not... OK, let me kind of...
Backpedal.
I'll take it back. Well done, Laura.
And it also means that the living room and the kitchen can work on its own independently to this room. We've got lovely windows overlooking the garden and the front of the house with really deep reveals. So that makes these kind of window seats. You can sit there and do homework, you can just sit and look at the garden.
And this space could just be so versatile for whatever we wanted to use it for at a particular time. Brilliant.
Yeah, well done.
So Laura has spoilt him rotten.
Well, that's true.
Mm-hmm. OK, let's see what Vicky thinks. OK, second design. It feels like you got a little bit spoiled by Laura.
I knew I was her favourite as well.
Seriously?
I knew I was her favourite.
How did you feel in Laura's house?
I felt like I wanted to get cooking. I felt like I wanted to just get on with it.
So does it feel like you have a clear decision, or is it still?
No, not at all. I think we might disagree.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
I'm going to delve deeper into Laura's design to show you how you can pull off some of her ideas in your own home. What better place to start than your entrance hall? We don't always give them the TLC they deserve. Instead of becoming a dumping ground, these should be stylish and welcoming spaces that set the tone for what lies beyond.
Moving the hallway seems like quite an ambitious thing to do.
The entrance hasn't changed. By changing just the bottom of the stairs, you get a entrance that's centred to the house, and then the spaces come off it. It's just a perfect hallway. It's really nice when you walk in the front door that you can see right through the length of the house and through to the garden. So you get that kind of cross light, you can get a sense of the space.
Another really dramatic way to unlock space in a hallway could be with a spiral staircase. Or give a sense of space by using open treads or a glass balustrade.
You know, you walk in through the door and you go, ah. And
Okay.
that's worth it.
So sets the tone.
Yeah.
Ta-da, you've arrived.
A popular home improvement is to create an open-plan living space, a social core of the home. If open plan appeals to you, why not take inspiration from Laura's thinking behind zoning, which also helps create order and prevent clutter.
So, open plan. Beautiful, big, wide open space. The kitchen is kind of the money shot, if you like. But this idea of having little spaces in the middle of the kitchen.
So it's zoning, essentially. Often with big open plan spaces, you can shut them down with doors or, you know, sliding partitions. But another really nice way to do it is just give emphasis to one space.
This could be done with a simple change in decor or furniture to give a distinctive function.
So what would you need to actually create shelving like this that fits the space specifically?
You can do it really inexpensively, you know, flat pack, stick them up, stick it around a corner, perfect. Or you can also go the total other end of the spectrum and get everything custom made. But it doesn't need to be huge amounts of work, probably, you know, a day or two with a carpenter, just using something like MDF or plywood. It can be totally unique and personal to you.
So if you have a decent carpenter, hold on to his number.
Oh my goodness, marry him. Or her.
Or her. So we've got zoning, but the floor presumably has to be uniform throughout.
I think for me, I like to have one floor throughout. I like that unity, especially when you've got this great big hall that you come into, you can see through to the garden, and the floor runs towards the garden. It just feels like a natural thing to do.
Elongate the space, presumably?
Yeah, like stripes, you know.
Like, yeah, vertical stripes make you longer and horizontal stripes. OK.
Laying wooden floors front to back will lead your eye through the space to create an illusion of depth. If you've got a narrow space that feels enclosed, try running the board sideways to add width. Laura has gone for a solid oak flooring in her design. But a similar look can be achieved for less with oak effect laminate flooring. Or oak effect tiles.
When I work plans out, I really live in them. And I kind of like the idea of how that brings the family together. And I think they really need it because at the moment they're just completely pushed apart.
So they all have their own little zone, but they're all like eavesdropping on each other and part of each other's thing, which is lovely because it feels not suffocating or claustrophobic, but actually there's a togetherness in all of that.
Yeah.
Both the schemes have now been presented. Robert's is a dramatic remodelling of the existing house, while Laura's is a light-filled extension. Both offer great solutions, but for James and Vicky, it's about making the choice that's right for them and where to spend their 100 grand.
What do you reckon?
I absolutely loved Robert's design. It wasn't what I thought I wanted, but looking at it, it is what I want. What about you?
Laura's design has some amazing things. I don't know.
It looks amazing. They both look amazing. Do they function how we want them to function?
months later, James and Vicky have amazingly agreed on a design, and their build is well underway. Come on, guys, put us out of our misery. Which one is it?
I really love both of the designs. I mean, it isn't until you step away a little bit and think, but what about this, what about that, that you actually start to think how you would live in it, which is when we started to come together a little bit in our thoughts. Robert's was so different from anything I'd seen before. How the light would move throughout the day was absolutely amazing.
Really loved the fact the kitchen was south-facing, so the sun would really pour into that space in the dining area. It's absolutely amazing to have that at the front.
Laura's design just had that family feel that little bit more, and I loved the way you could see right through the house, right through to the garden, different rooms on different sides, and just a brilliant sense of all the way through the house.
Absolutely. There was just the practicality of it, but they both had great kitchens, and it was only once I'd got past that that I found the bit that really swayed me.
Yeah, we get it, but which one did you choose?
What the deciding factor was how the downstairs was going to operate in terms of the whole family.
So after a couple of long nights talking about it, we've chosen to go with Laura's design. What she's given us is a brilliantly practical space. It's really important that I can be cooking and one of the kids could be sitting playing Lego and the other one can be doing some homework and Vicky could be sat on the sofa with her friend, and whilst we're all in the same room, you're not on top of each other. It feels like it's going to just work really nicely.
Remarkably, the couple aren't only united over Laura's design, they've also agreed on some changes to tailor it exactly to their needs.
We took the wood-burning stove out because my records were going to be on top of the wood-burning stove, which isn't that great for a bit of vinyl.
James and Vicky have also done away with the concertina doors between the playroom and the main living space.
Losing the door to the playroom, that went once we decided it wasn't going to be a playroom. They're getting to that age now where they're much more likely to play at the table than they are to be sat on the floor playing with toys.
It's 6 months since work began to turn James and Vicky's gloomy and divided 1970s house into a practical family home. The transformation's complete, and I want to find out whether it's changed this family of four's life for the better. So you dreamt up this fabulous scheme, handed it over, and they've kind of taken a bit of license and tweaked it and changed it. You don't actually know what we're going to walk into today.
No, I don't. I mean, hopefully they've kept the kind of the spirit of the design, because I think it was all about, for me, it was all about the hallway and creating these views through and light and zoning, and giving Vicky her own space and giving James this incredible kitchen that the whole family can, work around. They can all have their own space.
For the past 5 years, the family's put up with a layout that's been keeping them apart. An awkward and impractical entrance hall with the stairway separating the living spaces from the kitchen. A kitchen too cramped for everyone to be in at the same time. And a north-facing living room that was frankly uninviting.
I'm really nervous. I don't know how you feel, because it's your, brain in there.
It's such a massive thing to do, to redesign somebody's house. So, yeah, if they're smiling, then I'll smile.
I think we're almost there.
Heart's racing a little bit.
I'm sweating.
I am dying to find out how James and Vicky have put their stamp on Laura's original design, and what Laura makes of their new look home.
I kind of want to peep in the letterbox. Would that be weird?
Hello.
Hi. Wow, you look amazing. Hello. How are you? Oh, that's great to see you. New house, new look.
That's it. Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Wow, have you stopped cooking?
Stopped eating.
You look good, well done. I mean, the house also looks pretty sweet.
Before, it looked like the most ordinary house on the street. Now, the white PVC windows are gone.
Lovely windows. You've obviously changed quite a lot.
Obviously, we've got new door, new windows, and it's just like that grey colour, just so much more modern. It just made the house so much nicer.
I remember what it was like when we first came here, and it was a bit bleak.
Is it better?
It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Come on, let's have a look.
Lead the way. It's too wide, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, it's got great space and really feels open.
The cluttered hallway and the fridge are gone. Now an extra wide, bright and airy space welcomes you. Classically positioned in the centre of the house.
I would have thought a hall is kind of just away from A to B, but actually it really sets the tone for the whole place.
Because I suppose it seems like a bit of an extravagance to have a huge hall, but if it's doing lots of different things, it's your main circulation route, you've got all your storage, utility, and it's the first place that you walk through. You know, you need space to take your coat off, to greet, to have a hug, to have a, you know, a little chat. So I think the hall is kind of underrated.
Enough about the hallway. I want the full guided tour.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm so happy with it.
Laura's plan was to turn this cramped, dark home into a light-filled, open-plan living space with a super-sized kitchen. Her virtual design has finally become a reality.
Hello. It's beautiful. That is one whopper kitchen island. It's massive.
That awkward L-shaped dark living room with the tacked-on extension has made way for a huge open-plan kitchen and living space, now bathed in light from above.
It's everything that you could possibly ask for. I couldn't be happier.
Because here before it was just that big blank wall that made this living room dark and gloomy, and then had like a tiny glimpse of the garden. But it looks massive.
Just having that kind of that outside space being part of our living area now is, it's perfect. It brings it in.
I love the floor, and also it's running vertically into the garden.
We wanted it to go all the way through the house. We went for real oak flooring in the end. We got quite a good deal on it, didn't we?
It was a bargain.
James and Vicky have embraced Laura's design, but they've also tweaked it, making it their own. From swapping whitewashed walls for teal and grey to sliding doors instead of bifolds.
The doors are fab. I love the really wide panes. They look fantastic.
We went for the sliders rather than the bifolds just because of the amount of light lost from the frames all the way along.
The skylights define the edges of the room, creating bright pools of light in what could have been very ordinary corners.
In the VR, we kind of experienced what it might feel like with this big skylight and the light, but it was a pretty good day in VR land. But even on a flat day, the light just standing here.
Oh, it's grey and miserable outside, and look, you know what I mean? It's so lovely. It just brings the place to life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really nice flat light, but then you can accentuate it with artificial lighting. And I actually really like the way you've just put the spotlight on the perimeter. It makes such a difference. It's those little details that take it from something that's not like mega bucks, but it just doesn't look like a really conventional boxy extension.
Yeah.
Alongside the kitchen, in place of their garage, is a stylish new seating area. Window reveals, cleverly made using oak kitchen worktop, are a lovely place to sit, but also a focal point, drawing your eye out into the garden.
Now, would this be considered zoning?
All about zoning. In the design, this was going to be a play space that could have been cut off with internal bifolding doors.
Okay.
But it's weird, it feels a bit narrower than it would have done.
Yeah, so we brought this all in, just less than a metre, and what that's given us is a rear access. It just means you don't have to come through the house, and there's nothing worse than getting mud through the house.
Laura's design was based on extending into the existing garage. James and Vicky chose to rebuild it from scratch, altering its shape to allow side access to the garden. They did embrace Laura's idea for using shelving to create a cosy and practical space for cookbooks and some vinyl. Constructed using more oak worktop, the cost for materials here was under £400.
I've measured the books, worked out what shelving we need, and stood here with a carpenter on a Saturday, and we made it together. The bit at the bottom holding all the weight is 40 mil, and that's more expensive than the shelves above, which are 27 mil, and then the top shelf is only plinth. So that top shelf is £50.
James and Vicky have used the same solid oak throughout their home, using offcuts wherever possible to keep costs down. It's created a really bespoke look, especially in the kitchen, which, as we all know, is James's domain.
It's really all about the island here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, how big is it?
It's 3 metres. It's all solid oak. I mean, this piece here, we're talking less than £300. And yeah, it's amazing.
For this whole thing?
Yeah.
This is quite an epic table.
I love it.
Where did you buy it?
I didn't. We made it.
Expensive?
Not at all. The legs, £300. £300 for the top. And the chairs, 10 quid each from a hotel, where they're changing their chairs and they had loads of them. So yeah,
Great.
under 700 quid.
And guess what? James's resourceful design ideas don't stop there.
Talk to me quickly about these tiles, because they're not kind of traditional subway tiles. Are these expensive or...?
No, not expensive at all. We just laid them in the kind of basket weave pattern. It just gives it a bit more interest.
Yeah. So like bog standard bathroom, kitchen tile?
The whole lot, maybe £60.
Oh, wow, OK.
As you can see, James and Vicky have used their creativity to keep material costs down where they can, but not at the expense of a high-end finish, fitting plenty of mod cons.
So now, is this what we would call a larder or a pantry?
I'm going for Larder.
Larder, OK. Are they the same thing?
I think one might be a bit more American.
Ah, I get it. So this is where you would come to hide in the event of a war?
I think I'd do a couple of months.
Yeah.
Turning the stairs unlocks space behind, making room for a pantry. Now, I don't know about you, but what I want to know is whether this kitchen has actually delivered on bringing the family together.
The kitchen is clearly your happy place, but it's not really all about you, is it?
I want to make people happy. I want to cook for the family. I want to cook for our friends.
That giant 3-metre butcher block is actually, yes, for cooking, but so you can all be together as a family in one place.
Oh, absolutely. It's so the kids can come home from school and sit up on the stool with their homework and yeah, it's so we're together, literally, around the centre of the kitchen. It's for us, you know, I haven't been spending 18 hours a day here for me. I've spent it here for us.
The super-sized kitchen has clearly helped James to fall in love with his home again and reconnect with his family. But Vicky isn't short of a transformation either. Taking charge of the snug at the front, the lady that loved muted tones and white on every wall has created her own multicoloured oasis.
By most people's standards, these are quite strong, brave colour combinations. Pink lampshade, these guys, mustard, deep navy walls, brave.
I've always painted absolutely everything, either white or eggshell, duck eggshell, blue. So this time I just thought, we're doing this, why not be a little bit braver and go full
So you pushed yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy with how it turned out?
Yeah, really happy with how it turned out.
You seem different. You seem more relaxed. You seem visibly happier. What does it mean to you as a family?
It just means that instead of doing our own things, we're doing things together. It completely changes the mindset. What happens when you step through that front door, instead of all going off in different places, we're all together and talking about things.
Transforming this home has been truly life-changing for the family. They're clearly happy with the result, but what does Laura think now that she's had a chance to cast her expert eye over the new layout?
It's been absolutely fantastic to come back today. So reassuring to me that my design essentially is here. You know, the way the house now flows and unlocking all that space to give huge, wonderful, open, big living areas that can be zoned off, and all the tweaks and the kind of, you know, changes to make it their own shows to me that the design, the architecture of the scheme works.
When I first met James and Vicky, they couldn't agree over paint colours, never mind how to solve the big issues with their home. But experiencing Robert and Laura's two very different design solutions in virtual reality has led them to overcome their differences and end up with their perfect home.
6 months ago, when you were hemmed in, could you have imagined sitting here?
I'm going to say yes. And I'm sure Vicky's going to say no.
No.
You mentioned at the very beginning, Vicky, that you really struggled with imagining what things will end up like. Does this measure up?
Yeah, I think seeing the VR with Laura talking us through it as we're looking around it just makes all the difference from seeing something in a plan.
And it's so wonderful to have that you know, to enable you to visualise yourself, your family, and how you're going to use the space. And it's just such a fantastic tool.
Absolutely. Everything is based around that design, and all we've done is just tweak it to how I want to use the space and how I can see Vicky and the kids using the space.
I want to broach the dirty talk. Money. So you came in with 100k.
Yeah.
How have we fared out?
We've gone over budget. We're on about 125k.
We were on budget for the actual build itself. When you then start doing other things in the house, change all the windows, you've done stuff upstairs, that's where the budget creep starts.
Was it money well spent?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the longer we live in it, the more benefits we're going to get out of it. I mean, at the moment, we're just discovering what a difference it makes. So I think as time goes by, it's just going to get better.
Have you got a little taste for it now?
I could definitely, I could see myself doing an elf one.
Would you use an architect again?
Oh, without a doubt. I can style and I can shop, but I couldn't create the space.
You know something will work or something won't work. Whereas I think if we're doing it, it's complete guesswork and it might just go hideously wrong.
Can we have some of that cheese now?
Yeah.